What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition. I got a little echo. Sorry about that. Welcome to another edition of you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. Sorry for having y'all wait. Sorry to have you guys waiting. I had to do some things behind the scene, but we're here now. First time tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. And guys, please try to help us with the donations tonight. Super chats, cash out, whatever you find is best for you. Or you want to go old fashioned, old school, and drop me an email and find out information about sending me any kind of monies via snail mail, we can do that as well. Uh Also too, if you are following me in the local Southeast Georgia area, which is in the Wayne County area, please check us out this weekend. We will be selling plates, $10 a pop. All right. You're gonna have um, pork loin with gravy and onions to choose from as a main entree, or a hamburger steak with onions and green peppers, along with rice and a selection of whole green beans and squash with a 20-ounce drink. All $10. Great home cooked southern meal. So we'll be doing that from 11 o'clock to 3 in the afternoon Saturday. And if all is well, we will try to do another one of those on Sunday. So if you're in the South Georgia area, surrounding area, Wayne County, Liberty County, um, trying to see what else. Uh, yeah, Wayne County, Liberty County, come on through, man. Show your support. Uh, the more the merrier. All right, enough of all that. Man, we got a lot to get into tonight. If you saw me on the ABL show calling in, yes, that is me, Joel Davis Media Network, one of the realest, no hold bars here. On this here, you can cuss as much as you want. You just can't. You gotta use common sense. All right, you can't go out here and be using extreme words on my stuff. But you know, the regular cursing things of that nature, express yourself. We don't care over here. This is real talk, no holds barred. Now, tonight, if you've seen the title, yes, I know you're probably saying, Joel, are you obsessed with Michael Orr? No, this story here has got me blown away, because who would ever thought that you would find these type of people? Oh man, Lisa with the $20 super chat, showing love and appreciation. Thank you. Who would ever thought? Who would ever thought that you would have a prominent family like the Tuohys get themselves in a situation that could have been avoided? That's what's so crazy about it. Whole situation could have been avoided. But you know what? It's all good, because tonight we're going to break that down and talk about that. And we will touch about some of the local crime news in the area, and a little bit about what's going on with Trumpy, our boy, how he is still holding strong even though they're trying to come after him. So sit back, relax, let's enjoy. Let's jump at the topic that everybody wants to hear my opinion about, from here to Cancun. And this is about this. One second. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. Before we get into this story, everybody's probably want to know who in the hell is Michael Orr? Who is these Touhies? What is going on? Okay. So before we get to this story right here, we're gonna pull up who is Michael Orr and family. So we're about to break it down and tell you how it is. All right, so give me one moment. We gotta share that as well. We got 10 people in the chat. Let's see how many. Hopefully, we get to 20 tonight. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Now, a lot of these Wokians are excited about this because they want to say now that the white man is the enemy that keeps us down. But we already know that's not the narrative here because this is just unforeseen circumstances. But to make them feel better, we have to say, damn, Glacier Gliders, how did y'all get caught up in this mess? But anyway, let's stop with all the joking and let's get serious. This is Michael Orr. Now, Michael Orr is this huge guy that came from a very bad situation. I think his mother was on drugs real bad. Um, and his father was murdered while he was in high school. So Sean and Leanne took him in. Now, originally, they were his legal guardians. So let's make that clear. That they were there. They were his legal guardians. So what's the difference between legal guardians and this whole adoption? So when you're somebody's guardian, right, you're basically stepping in as a temporary parent. You're not really per se their parent, but you are responsible for them when it comes to making sure they have care, they have this, and they have that. Now, there's been a lot of backlash, a back and forth controversy with this whole situation of guardianship. Okay, contradiction proofs. Because some people say, "What's up, Amanda? Thank you for the love on Facebook, guys. You can follow me on Facebook too. Amanda know where I'm at on Facebook, and she's probably gonna find my other page too, J News and Views, and on Joel Davis Media Network. I got two Joel Davis Media Network really pages, so three pages altogether. You'll find me. Support all three. Um, at the time, there's a conflict with this situation, right? Some say that they were a guardian, and some say that they were at the time he was still part of the Department of Health, Department of Health, Department of Health Services. Let me see what DHS means in Tennessee, because this is Tennessee. I don't want to give y'all the wrong idea. Yeah, Department of Human Services. My bad. My mistake. Let me get that right. So he was the Department of Human Services. All right. So you got two of those things that was stated. All right. That's a conflict. But we're gonna rock with. I'm quite sure the money that the Tuohy's had, they probably was his guardian. So I'm gonna go with guardian. I'm gonna think that they probably talked to the Department of Human Services because of this kid's talent and playing on sports and became his guardian. So we're gonna continue. All right. So when this all happened, after they became his legal guardian, all right, he developed into a college star. Then he became a top NFL pick. And then Michael Lewis. I want y'all to remember this name, Michael Lewis, who is a friend of Sean Touhy Sr. Okay? Decided to go ahead and write a book about this kid's life. While writing the book about this kid's life, Michael Oher, he basically told it to his boy, like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I wrote a book about about Mike's story, you know, and I'm trying to get a book deal out of it. And if I do get a book deal, you know, I'll hook y'all up with the proceeds. You know how childhood friends talk. And he probably like, all right, yeah, I'm down with that. And then all of a sudden, this book deal turned into, well, man, not only am I gonna give y'all a book deal, I'm gonna get y'all a movie deal. And that's when it starts to get real hairy. Because at that time, the Touhys negotiated a deal. And the deal they negotiated was roughly about 2.65% of the proceeds allegedly. So that way he can they can continue to get money from the film for the rest of their lives. Now when they did this, okay, I didn't know that, Bob. I didn't know they used to call it child welfare services. Okay, and that's some good information there. So after they did this negotiation point, they decided to make sure that they got paid, which was Sean and Leanne got paid, and then their children got paid. But they left out Michael, allegedly. Now they said, oh, well, we gave Michael the money. Well, if y'all gave Michael the money, then why is Michael lawyers telling him to pursue this against you guys? Because that lets me know that his lawyers would have said, oh man, you ain't got a case here. We could just try to settle this out of court about the conservatorship. Nope. I think this lawyer's got some shady stuff on him. All right, so you know about the Blindside movie. So we're going to talk about his upbringing before he met them, the Touhys. So Michael Oher, his real name was named Michael Jerome Williams Jr. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee. He was 12 children born to a Michael Jerome Williams Sr. and a Denise Oher. Now, the mother provided the children with little to no support. Michael Sr. stayed in prison. And Denise was addicted to crack cocaine. As a result, Oher was in and out of foster homes. He was always homeless. He performed poorly as a student, repeated first and second grades, and attended 11 different schools during his first 9 years as a student. Now, the young boy was finally taken in by Sean and Leanne Touhy when he was 16. The Touhys became his legal guardian. When he was 17 in his junior year, Oher began to excel in football. By the beginning of his senior year, he was starting left tackle on the varsity football team. He became a quick top prospect, you know, doing good. Now, let's talk about his grades. Now, he said that in the movie, they try to portray that he was dumb, but he really said he really wasn't. You know, that was a part of his life when he first became part of the Touhys. When he first met the Touhys or whatever, he was very intelligent. He was never considered to be some kind of, you know, weakling, dummy, or whatever. So this was some Hollywood stuff. They made that point up. they decided to do that because I guess they felt like it would sell more. All right, if we'll do that, it'll sell more. Now, when he got into Ole Miss, he excelled. He played 11 games, started 10 of them, and he dominated left tackle. He was considered to be a top pick draft, and he went into the NFL. 2009, he got selected 23rd overall, and he bounced around some teams. He won a Super Bowl with the Ravens in 2012, 2013, his first ring, which I think is great for him. Then he was a free agent for 2014. Then he played for the Tennessee Titans. Then he joined the Carolina Panthers. He helped Newton get an MVP. Then he went to Super Bowl 50. And then he was released in 2017. And that was the end of his career. 6 years later. Fast forward to now. All right. Now, in 2006, Blindside, the book, was published. Okay. Detailed his life, whatever. Well, then the movie got so good that in 2009, they got a kid that played Michael Oher named Quentin Aaron. Now, guys, when I get a chance tonight, I'm going to tell you about Quentin Aaron's story, the guy that played this character, because him and Michael Oher got similarities of how their life was basically on the ropes. So I think that's pretty unique that they were able to, or he could relate to Michael Oher's situation. Then you got Sandra Bullock. She played Leanne Touhy. And Tim McGraw played as Sean Touhy. Now, I didn't know this, but they were nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture. I didn't know that. Oher had been critical of the movie politically for how it portrayed him as lacking football knowledge and how it colored other people's perception of his pro career. In 2015, as his NFL career would wound down, Oher said, "This stuff calling me a bust. People saying if I could play or not, that was nothing to do with football. It's something else off the field. That's why I don't like that movie." So he basically said, listen, man, it got people saying the only reason why teams was keeping me is due to the fact of the matter that I'm a good football player. I mean, I got a good story. You got Tim McGraw, you got Sandra Bullock when she was especially on top of her game, gorgeous older woman playing, Leanne Touhy. I know Leanne Touhy loved that shit. Have Sandra Bullock playing her role. But yeah. It just got to that point. That's where it's at. That's what happened. Now let's continue to go in deeper into the story about the whole uh conservatorship. Now, this August, he filed a court petition in Tennessee that the Tuohys never formally adopted. They tricked him into signing a document making them his conservatives in 2004. This agreement, which Oher claims to have learned about in February 2023, gave the Tuohys authority over his legal, medical, and educational affairs and allowed their family to earn millions of dollars in royalties from the blind side, while Oher received nothing, according to the petition. Y'all, listen, this is where it gets hairy. That's why I say the Tuohys better make sure they got their ducks in a row, because so far this guy has been honest. This guy's always been honest. Ever since I've known him in the NFL world, he's never lied. He's always had proof to back it up. And I have to go with him on this one as well because I'm going to ride out in faith that he can't be lying. Something had to go down. And I think what probably happened is his wife probably had a lot to do with it. See, y'all, let me tell y'all something about guys like that, like Michael Oher. Michael Oher is a big teddy bear. I can tell by his personality type, right? When you get with a strong woman, and yeah, he married a black woman, that doesn't need to here or there. Because I know somebody might bring that up. Whether she black, white, polka dot, freaking candy stripe, as my boy ABL be saying. If she is your wife and she is looking, she's going to start looking into your affairs because she is his wife. He's worth $16 million. They have children together. She wants to know if something happens to him, she is financially stable. And what happened is she probably got investigating along with him, or he went and looked into it before she did, and probably realized, wait a minute, hold on for a second. Conservatorship? Why? Wait a minute, why do they have a conservatorship of me? I thought I was adopted. I ain't got no medical problems. I ain't crazy. I'm not out of my mind. And that's probably what happened when he went and talked to them. They probably said, oh, yeah, we tied this conservatorship. It was just to protect you. You can dissolve it at any time. Well, Mike's doing the right thing, going to court to dissolve it. Because what happens if something do happen to him and it's just him, his wife, and his kid? They can swoop in and take everything. I mean, it sounds like she can take everything. Now, my thing is, if the Touhys know they were financially stable before they got with this man and took him in, why did they do this conservatorship and kept it for so long? This man did this 17 years ago. In 2000, he did this in 2004. Yeah, and he is now 2023. Yeah, 19 years, almost 20 years ago. Why did y'all hold on to this thing for 20 years? Y'all is crazy. I would have been got this off my neck. Time when he would have went in the league. Thomas Tabasco, thank you for the $5 super chat. What you think about Hawaii? Oh, I'm gonna get to that a little bit in a minute. I would have never held that this long. Never. Not in a million years. I would have just said, listen, we gonna hurry up here. Even after they got the proceeds for what they were doing, they should have just went on ahead and got whatever they were gonna get out of Michael Oher and hurried up and dropped that conservatorship. As soon as they inked that deal, they should have dropped that conservatorship, but they did. That's what's making them look bad. And the only response was, well, he can cancel it at any time. Wait a minute. That doesn't matter. That does not matter. You knew that this conservatorship was not needed. Y'all got money. So it just tells me, it looks like greed to me. I tell you this, I guarantee you Michael Oher gonna make sure that nobody gonna put a wool over his eyes after this. I bet you he gonna have, even down to his wife he with now, I bet you he gonna have everything read and notarized. I promise you that. That was pretty suckers. That was sucker shit. I hate to say it. Very sucker shit. Alright, so when he learned about this in 2023, the Touhys authority over his legal, medical, and educational affairs and allow their family to earn millions of dollars in royalties from the Blindside. Like I said, while he owned nothing. Now, he wanted conservatorship to be dissolved for an injunction to be filed preventing the Touhys from profiting from Oher's name and for Oher to be awarded compensatory and punitive damage. See, this is where it's going to get hairy because they don't. The Touhys know they made a lot of money off this kid because they made so much money. They purchased 113 Taco Bells and KFCs around 6 different states. So you tell me they wasn't rolling in the dough off this kid. So now, Rebel said it was a problem to protect him from himself or his family members that would have taken over everything that he had earned. It could have been, but see the thing, Rebel, when they first did that, when he got to the NFL, and they should have waited till he did a first solid 2 or 3 years worth of contract work, 2 or 3 years worth of work in the NFL and started establishing a name. They should have hurried up and got their name off of it. Because by that time, the NFL done taught him who he can count on, what to do with his money, how to be safe. Because the NFL gives you a class on that. A lot of their athletes. So, and even if it was, they should have informed this kid and told him what it was for. Instead of saying, oh yeah, we're gonna adopt you. See, that's what was messed up. The shadiness. Why would you lie to this kid to say you're gonna adopt him when you're just trying to do a conservatorship so you can make sure that he had financial control over stuff whenever he got in the league, if that was what you're trying to do. Lisa, the reason why they didn't adopt him, Lisa, because I got a feeling, I think, let me see about Tennessee legal hold on for a second. Hold on. Okay. So any person who meets the calling criteria may adopt a child in Tennessee. All right, hold on. Trying to find out. I'm trying to find out now, guys. It's not really saying. Uh, I'm not getting it, guys. Let me go look at one more thing. I think I can find it on Google. All right, this is what it says, guys. In the state of Tennessee, for adoption, if they were the Touhys with the petitioner and they seek to adopt a person who is 18 years or of age or older, only the sworn written consent of the person sought to be adopted, which would be Michael Orr, shall be required, and no other reference or any home studies need to be issued. So they could have adopted him over the age of 18. This is Tennessee Code Annotated 361-17. Let me go put this in the chat so y'all can see this right quick. Hold on. Let me copy and put this in here so y'all can see that notation right quick before I go back to the story. Man, it ain't trying to let me do it. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this again. Hold on, y'all. All right. I got it. I'm going to pull it up. And that's what it says right here. Right in bold letters. So that has answered everybody's question tonight. So that's what it was. I don't think they was going to ever adopt it. I think they wanted the conservatorship instead, because with the conservatorship, they could have got their hands on that story, because their buddy, Sean Touhy Sr.'s buddy, the Michael guy, he been writing that book since their kid came into their family. And I think he told Michael Touhy, I think he told Sean Touhy, listen, bro, don't adopt this kid. You know what I'm saying? Because then he may not give you access to this money like you want. Let us write this book. Let me shop it around and see if I can get some deals. But in the meantime, if I do get a movie deal, y'all need to slide that conservatorship paper on him. You know, tell him that it's for his own good, that, you know, you're trying to adopt him. And that's that. And I guarantee you that would happen, because they knew they could get money off this kid. Now, this is a classic. Now, I know, like I said, I know a lot of woke kids going to be like, I told you that what white people do. They find us as black athletes and profit against us. No. This is not that. This is what they call investment. Family investment. This been going on in the U.S. for a long time. This been going on since the 50s, where actually the 60s, where the U.S. And it's usually middle class families do this. Get a child or prodigy or someone that they know that is highly talented, okay, and they will invest their hard-earned money and stuff, put them, like Bob just said, they put him in private school, put him in private schools, you know, make sure that he has the best training for whatever sport he wants to play, or whatever class that he's trying to get into to advance their intellectual or their abilities. And then what they do is, soon as they feel like that person is on their way to making the dollars, that's when they swipe in and start making the play. And the play was that movie deal. That was the play. They weren't worried about his NFL career. In their mind, okay, he may fuck up in the NFL, he may not make it. We can't rely on that. We want the long game. We want to get proceeds off of that movie. Now, here's where it's going to get hilarious. Michael Orr lawyers in their team, they're going to expose what went down. They own it because the Touhys done backed themselves in a corner twice. First off, they had their son to release a statement as a representative for them, right? He said, "Well, we only made 75,000 in the last 5 years," but the numbers came out from the Touhys attorneys, and they said, "Oh no, 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 no! They made over 700,000, and we gave our fair share to Michael Oher." Okay, if you made 700,000, and then you got a 225,000 cash advance, that I'm going by what was stated for them to get this thing done. Oh man, y'all made a lot of money. Y'all made a lot of money. Plus 2.65%. The movie grossed about $300 million. That's just me being nice about it. And I do the numbers for you again. You take away 300 million and 2.65, that's gonna give you about 7.65 million dollars. You split that 4 ways, that's gonna give you $2.35 million. I'm good with numbers, baby. You can't kill me with numbers. I'm good with numbers. Exactly. Say it again. Unless it's stipulated in the contract. Now, Rebel, I think they got it stipulated in that contract. Because why would you hold conservatorship for so long? Think about it now, Rebel. Because now they put their foot in their mouth again. Because thank you very much, Anthony. I appreciate it. 10 months strong for Anthony McQuaid, y'all. Let's get this man a round of applause. Thank you, Anthony, man. 10 months in the game supporting your boy. I appreciate y'all, man. The love is real over here. New members, new people follow me, you can. Man, $10 super chat for Anthony Quaid, baby. Thank you to Anthony, man. Love you so much, brother. Love you, man. Love you, love you, love you. I mean, just think about this now. Y'all know I'm not lying. What's really going on here? They kept that conservatorship for a reason. They know that at any time, Michael Oher could have canceled them and sued them and stopped them from getting any more proceeds off his name. So what they did was they tried to be slick. They played the I love you. You like a son of mine. Come here. Let me give you a hug. Oh yeah, we knew that number one man. And they played the part. They played those cards. Yeah, exactly. That gave them control over his money. That's what they wanted, Bob. That's why they got that deal. They got that 2.65 million. They knew what they were doing. Because they knew in their mind if they kept that conservatorship, he couldn't go after them about making any more profit of their name. But then what they forgot is sooner or later this boy was gonna get married. Sooner or later he was gonna get people around him in his ear, because when you get out of the league, most of these guys trying to go into business. They trying to make more money. And before they get more money, they got accountants doing nothing but forensic background checks. And that's how this all came out. Because they probably was like, yo, man, you got a conservatorship on you? Nah, man, I ain't got no conservatorship. I was adopted by the Touhys. Nah, bro, you wasn't adopted. I was about to say the same thing, White, the MAGA general, but then I looked at it, General, because General, you gotta look at this joint. He got a strong case here. I really think he really got victim, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. MAGA, he got victimized because they saw all their money out for their kids and left him out to dry. And right now, they can't produce no statement to say, hey, we got proof in the pudding. Here's our paperwork out here right now showing you transactions that he got this money. Because if you gave the kid the money, right, and you said you gave him the money and you said that you did it the right way, you would get yourself exonerated by by coming out with the financial records. All you gotta do is black line your account numbers or whatever and be like, listen, transaction right here, like, or deposit in his account. But they ain't doing that. So I'm starting to feel like there's something going on, man. They're not really fighting to clear their name like that. MAGA, but here in that MAGA, I gotta give him a caveat though, MAGA. And hear me out, bro, because we might disagree on this, but just hear me out though. They did this while he was 17, about to turn 18. So in this case, he was still a young, impressionable mind. They used the guise of "I'm like your family." You gotta remember now, if you go to a human and you make them feel like you're their familiar, you can get them to just go along with a lot of bullshit. And that's exactly how they got this young man. If this young man would have been smart, intelligent, knew about conservatorships and paperwork, they wouldn't have been able to get him. They wouldn't have been able to get him. They would have been like, you know what? Now, Rebel said they already went well off. Why would they take a long shot on the kid? They had no attachment to unless they did it with good intentions. Well, Rebel, it was good intentions, but you gotta look at it from a business standpoint. You got a kid that came from a bad situation. You took them in. Okay. You know their story. You got your homeboy writing their story up. You done read, and I'm quite sure the Touhys read some of the transcripts of this book before it got published of this story. So they knew they had something. I'm telling you, somebody professionally told these folks, y'all really? Yeah, he was 17. He didn't know she was from a broken home. Exactly. Somebody told him, hey, hurry up. Take this opportunity. Get this conservatorship over this kid. Let's see what we can do with this book deal. And we make it get this book deal to turn into a movie deal. And then y'all can get more money. Nah, at 17, they did it because it's like a plan. Because they already was boosters, part of the booster club of Ole Miss. They wanted to guide this kid to go to Ole Miss because that was the dad's alma mater, the Touhys' alma mater. They could have got the right coaches, everybody to mold him to the way they needed him to mold it, get him motivated, and get him focused on getting in the NFL. While that's going on, when he hit the NFL, the movie being made, and everything else. Mag Jenner said, I'm confused why he not mad at his mom, but he mad at his adopted family. I think he still got issues with his real mother. He's not really close to his real mother. The last time I checked, I didn't see anything about him being close to his real mom. But I do know he just mad at the Touhys because he felt like he got betrayed because they wasn't straight up with it. But y'all remember, this kid came from Blackistan, man. You know them Blackistan kids, you got to be straight up with them. You know, even me, I still got some of that Blackistan in me. If you ain't straight up with me, I feel some type of way. But Rebel without a reason said, I'm gonna need to see the paperwork contract. Oh, I think it's coming out on that, Rebel. I think that's why his lawyers is on these people's ass. Exactly. And Sonya, you got a strong point. Who would want to be in control of their children's finances even in their 30s? Let me see what Maggie said. That's my dog. Maggie said, "Why I'm not?" Oh yeah, I addressed that with Maggie. Yeah, Maggie, he's not close to his real mom. Oh, that's facts, Maggie. He's not in on Rebel. He ain't really close to his real mom. He just felt betrayed because the glacier gliders that took him in didn't sat down and broke it to him that they was investing in him like a business. See, I think if they would have done that, this would have been this this would have never went down. Now, Lisa, that's the double. Now, Lisa, I get what you're saying, and I feel you on that. I really do think they did care for this kid, but at the same time, they also was looking at this as a business investment. You gotta think about it now. It's hand in hand. You know, yeah. You know, I understand that he's been through a lot, heavy life, but we gonna not only invest in this kid, but we gonna show him we gonna love him through the investment, and it happens. I'm not saying they don't love him. I just think that they just made a poor decision on how they got him to do that conservatorship. They should have broke it down to him. Listen, we love you, we care for you, or whatever your relationship was at this point. But right now, we need to make sure that we invest in your future. To invest in your future is by guiding you and making sure that nothing doesn't happen. Just say that spiel. Then they would have gave him a conservatorship, and then he could have when he would have found it out later on in life when he in his 30s, he would have been like, all right, well, I know why they did it. They loved me. They're trying to make sure I was good. And then they even told me I could just take them off the conservative list as soon as I got in the NFL or whatever. That's where the two is fucked up at. I'm telling you, soon as dude would have hit the NFL, no, soon as I would have agreed with that deal, because I know they need that conservatorship for that deal to get all that money off that movie. I would have just told him to cancel that shit real quick, real smooth, like, yo, I got a conservatorship. You was young back then. You just go ahead on and just cancel it out. Damn, boy. Exactly. You said a good point, Lisa. They should have adopted him instead, then all of this wouldn't have been happening. Yeah, they should have. Because, see, listen, if they would have adopted Michael Orr, for the sake of argument for the two, playing devil's advocate, if they would have adopted him, they would have found out the book deal, would have told him about the book deal and all that stuff. Hold on for 1 second, guys. I'm back. My dog was clapping. Anyway, oh yeah. Oh, Precious stories are horrendous. Yeah, yeah. Boy, we ain't even got to go in that. Oh, thank you very much about my cute dog. To get back to what I was saying, man. Like everybody is saying, get dressing Lisa. If they would have just adopted this kid, they would not be going through this. They had the opportunity. They had the opportunity. All they had to do was adopt it. They could have said, you know what, Michael, we love you. Oh man. Yeah, they got him to sign the conservatorship by tricking him on rebel reason. They got him to sign it by saying that he was being adopted and they needed his signature. So that's how they got him. That's why he wants to renege it, which I don't, I understand. Touhy should have never done that. They should have never put no conservatorship. I would have never done that. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I would have said, listen, man, we're not doing no conservatorship. I love you too. We're not doing it. But yeah, he could have been adopted. All right. So now let's see what else we got. All right. So as for the conservatorship, this is what they say. Sean said, or need to be legally part of the Touhy family in order for the NCAA to allow him to play football at the University of Mississippi. Both Sean and Leanne had graduated from Ole Miss. Sean was an active supporter of the school, which raised concerns for the NCAA. Lawyers told the couple that they couldn't adopt someone over the age of 18, so they pursued a conservatorship instead. Sean said he and Leanne would agree to end the conservatorship if that was what Oher wants. Now that's what they said. But but I got a lot of conflict here because it just said, and then what I'm saying, I'm thinking somebody lying because we just looked it up and it said that he can, anybody over the age of 18 can be adopted and be a part of a family in the state of Tennessee. So how could they not adopt him if that be legal? I'm telling y'all, I'm starting to think what y'all thinking. This was a money grab. Okay, hold on. That's my daughter. She's trying to break up some ice. So I don't get it. I just don't get how that could be legally challenged. Hold on. Shout out to my security dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true too. It's not that bad. You're right. I agree with you, Magda. I don't think this is worse than those stories of black single mothers who use their kids to go pro and get money. I heard worse stories than this. Yeah, I just think that this was I how can I put this? I think that Michael Orr felt like, and there's no disrespect, I'm just going by a Blackistan mindset. He felt like that they being glacier gliders and they taking him in, looking after him, and things of that nature. He really thought that they would be always upfront and always transparent. And I think that it hurt him to find out that when he found out the conservatorship, he never got adopted because they lied to him and said, "Oh yeah, you signed this paper so you can get adopted." And then hearing more about the money they got off this movie versus the amount that he was getting, it hurt him. I mean, I'm being real about it. I think he really hurt. He has every right to be. And I think the only way the Touhys can rewrite that wrong, they need to sit down and talk to this kid, this man. They need to sit down and talk to this man. Because this is a child. You know, you can correct this. You can sit that young man down, you know, and you can say, listen, Michael, we messed up. We should have done right by you. We did this, that, and the third, and work this thing out. Y'all said he's like your family. You say you look at him like a son. You went to all his games, damn near. So I know there's got to be something there. Y'all should resolve this. Y'all need to resolve this. It should never go to court. And I'm talking to the Touhys. If they looking at any of our broadcasts, they need to hear this. Y'all need to sit down with Mike and y'all need to get this right. Yeah, exactly. Y'all need to get this right because this can be corrected. Y'all, I mean, I'm quite sure if you sat down in front of that young man and say, yo, man, we messed up. You know, we got a little over our heads. We did this, we did that. We did not take you in consideration because we were being some dirty ass, greedy ass scoundrels trying to buy up fucking restaurants and shit. We messed up, but we want to make it right. That's how you handle that. You make it right. You and your, if you got to go as far as I just said, you can adopt him right now. You can adopt him as a Touhy right now, and leave him something in the will. That could change a whole lot. I mean, I'm quite sure he's already well off, but still, I mean, it's just things they need to look at. No, he didn't spend his money, Rebel. Actually, he's worth $16 million, so he's good financially. He just want to know why he can get compensated. Yeah, I love him too, but he getting on my nerves tonight. So yeah, I mean, he got money. You take care, Bob. Oh, he's worth 22 million now. Well, he probably is because he did some good investments. I mean, he didn't scoundrel away his money. He was always smart. I mean, like I say, he's not hurting for money. I think he's just upset. Yeah, I was about to do it too, bro. Real talk, man. Thank you, Bob. I think he's upset because he really thought the Glacier Glider folks wasn't gonna do him like that. And I still say that he can get this taken care of if they go out and say, listen, man, we made a mistake. we made a mistake. I'm being serious. If he say that right now, they'll be surprised how much loyalty and how much relief they would get from this situation. Because that's all that young man want. He just want them to be held accountable. And I can't really blame him. I'll be the same way too. I mean, shit. Somebody took that kind of money from me, I would not be happy. You know? I mean, I'm just being 100. Especially if you're supposed to be my family. I mean, we better than this. But we'll see how it all plays out, man. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Woo! Got some more stuff to talk about. Oh, man. See how many people we got. We got 6, 7. Got a bunch of people watching over here on the tubes, on Rumble. 6 watching. We're going to keep rocking, though. Because, that's how we do over here. We just stay rocking, baby. All day, every day. And we can't get enough of it. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so we're going to talk about oh, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta say one more thing. I ain't finished yet. We gotta talk about the guy that played him right quick on the Blindside. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So let me go and put this up here. I'm gonna tell y'all that. Yeah, definitely go to Rumble Give the Light. Yes, please add me on Rumble. Yeah, Lisa, you may be right. It may not be able to savage it. But I think um if he sits down and think it over and they all can come to a happy medium, because you know them people was at every game. Yeah, you're right, Sonya. Not everybody do it out of the kindness of their heart. Some people do things for, like I said, a financial gain. So if y'all don't know who this guy is Quentin Aaron. Now Quentin Aaron is, let me see how old Quentin Aaron is now. Quentin Aaron might be along with me. Yeah, Quentin Aaron and me are the same age. So, big old guy from Brooklyn, New York, Bronx, New York, cool dude. I don't know what other films Quentin Aaron has played in over the years. I know he's done Blindside. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what all he Yeah, I mean, he really ain't been into anything. He ain't really been doing nothing. So he might be a writer or a producer. You know, when they get to a certain age, you know, those guys start being a producer. But anyway, I just want to make sure y'all know where he was at on that. Cause I know he ain't did no nothing in a while. Well, yeah, he because that's what the part they gave him. All right, so let's talk about it. So anyway, I'm gonna play a clip of what he said about people getting on Sandra Bullock for playing this role after coming out that the Glacier Gliders took advantage of it. Let's listen.
I wish they'd just leave her alone because, she's going through her own things right now, with the love she just lost, and she suffered a great loss. I know far too familiar with the tragedy of losing a loved one. And um it's no easy feat, so I really my thoughts and prayers go out to her as well, in her time. And the last thing she needs is for the internet trolls to be coming at her talking about something. We should take her Oscar. Like, just go sit down. Go stay home. Sit down. Get a job. You know what I mean? Just like stop. Leave her alone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a teddy bear. I like to think of myself as a teddy bear. But if you mess with the people I love, I will become a grizzly bear. I'm just saying.
Now that's coming out from the actor that played the role of Michael Orr on the Blindside. Now, people are saying that she needs to um, give back that Golden Boy for playing the best actress in Blindside. But how did she know that she was playing a role that was fabricated? She's an actress. She's going by what the producers and them tell her. I mean, what? She's supposed to be like, oh, wait a minute. Let me let me find out if this is true or not before I go play this role. I mean, they're doing what they've been trained to do. We're talking about Sandra Bullock. They saying that Sandra Bullock needs to lose the Oscar because of the woman she portrayed, the Leanne Tui. Since Leanne Tui is considered to be not as real as stated. I mean, she didn't know that. No one knew that. I mean, Leanne Tui probably fooled everyone. I mean, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that no one knows what's going on when they do these biographies. Only time I feel like here's the thing: if you're an actor or actress, or if you're a person that look at documentary biographies and stuff, I feel like if the family doesn't have creative control, or the immediate family is not the one producing or involved in the executive production or directing of the film of that say celebrity's life, a person's life, I don't want to be a part of it because there's going to be some kind of fiction in there that is not true. That's why I feel like every family member of a famous person should have creative control of that person's life, so that way we know we're getting authentic about them. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. Lisa, that's the wokians. This is what we talking about. This is how the wokies think. They think like that. Don't woke people because it's a white woman and it's a black male narrative. Exactly, Maggie. There's some people that should give the Oscar back, and it's not Sandra Bullock. Some of these people are the ones that play these shitty ass films and got everybody thinking that they did a good job. So yeah, Sandra Bullock is not one of them. So yeah, that's just what you get everything. Ain't nothing new. Y'all know how it is. All right, let's see what we got here. What we pull up here. Oh, y'all, this right here. I'm not going over this too much because I told y'all how I felt about that tonight. Um,
Well, former President Trump
this
indicted for
lady knew what she was doing. This was no accident. This is a way to get your name out there in the press so you can get voted for in your county. You want to be able to tell everybody I was that liberal that put Donald J. Trump business on Front Street, baby, and I got forgiven for it. That's all that is. That ain't nothing, nothing to be. Yeah, I don't even know why we even did this story. Like, who writes this bullshit? I'm not even going. I'm not even going to go into elaborate. I already know what it was. Oh Lord, Cruz and this Bud Light. I didn't know this. Let's talk about it. Cruz demand Anheuser-Busch corporate with investigation of Dylan Mulvaney controversy. All right, guys. He's thinking that he want to know if they market it to minors. Um, I don't know about this. This is the first time I've heard it. I wouldn't doubt it because we live in a time now where everybody's trying to reach our kids. But I do know this. I do know that Anheuser-Busch Air is trying to buy back the corporation so it can go back to American values because he's trying to save the brand. So hopefully, I hope he does because Bud Light right now is nowhere near where it needs to be because the corporate people would not ask for forgiveness. And if he do buy it back, I hope he gets someone to be a part of the CEO to go to the American people and issue an apology. Like, yo, I'm sorry. We mix politics with the opportunity to sell good beer. Now I know what these jokers gonna say that hate us conservatives when we talk like this. Oh, y'all homophobic, y'all transphobic, you're scared. No, we're not scared. It's none of that. It's just that what's going on, honey? There's a time and place for everything, right? Um, some things are not meant for certain products. Example given. And please don't take this the wrong way. If a woman is looking for a male trainer at the gym and she gets the body of someone like myself, chubby, not muscular, none of that. Okay? Not muscular, none of that. She gets somebody like me, just a plain Jane guy. Um, she's gonna be like, I'm not doing this. I don't trust him. I don't like what he stands for. I'm not cool with his brand. I don't think he can even train me because look at his size. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with a chick that gets a BBL. If the BBL is all crazy looking, not proportioned with the body, what happens? I tell you what happens. That person can forget about having someone interested in them. So this is what's been going on lately in the world of social everyday actions. People are not presenting themselves to the fullest. So how in the world can you say that this Dylan Mulvaney thing would benefit your company to sell more beer when you have a base of real American, traditional Americans who want to sit down and have a beer without all the rigmarole? See, this is where they keep messing up at. This is the problem. This is why so many of these jokers cannot survive. And then they get upset when people call them out on it. Like, yo, this is why you have a hard time promoting your brand. This is why you have a hard time. People don't want to deal with your brand. And they be like, oh, no, it's not that. Yes, it is that. Because people don't want to deal with that mess. I mean, that's just facts. People do not want to deal with that foolishness. But I digress. So hopefully they can get maybe this thing back on track. All right, so Cruz is looking into seeing if they've been violating kids with this. See if there's anything else. And I want to talk about this last thing before we call it a night, because it really ain't nothing to really talk about tonight. Is this whole thing that has been going on social media from a lot of these wokians talking about they are afraid of people that fly the American flag. It's getting old. It really is. It's getting old because first and foremost, the American flag is one of the most prestigious, most beautiful, most symbolic things that I've ever seen in this country. This flag represents all the hard work my ancestors put in to make me feel a part of this country. And it really ticks me off when I hear people say, when I see someone flying an American flag, I feel like that the Ku on the Ku Klux Klan or whoever is coming after me. That's dumb. Not every white person with an American flag or even a rebel flag is messed up. They just like you and me. They just proud of their heritage. And they definitely are proud of America. In fact, you're right, Amanda. We should always be proud of our flag. We're the only country right now. We go all overseas and play soccer. Some of us play these other sporting events in groups and still sit on our ass when when our national anthem come on, half of us to stand up and do it right, the other half just sitting on their ass looking away. And then we want to know why these other countries don't respect us or give us such a hard time, because they're looking at it as y'all got the best country in the world. You can eat anytime y'all want, sleep anytime you want, collect from the system, all this stuff. And y'all can't even do that. It's crazy, man. But these are the times we in. Me too, Hunter. And I sure will. They don't want me to ever blow my the wave my rebel flag. I don't give a damn, because I love being a part of the South. It's all about it. It's all about that embracing the good in the bad. That's what I love about this country. Good in the bad. I never let it down, man. They sure don't. Yeah, CeeLo, I'm still on, brother. I'm glad you showed up though and came through. But anyway, guys, it's getting late. It's 12:58. I'm gonna go in here and lay down with Miss Davis for a tad bit. In a few, I want to give a shout out to the people that donated tonight. That was very awesome. Shout out to Lisa. Lisa, thank you so much. Lisa is one of the first members I had on this channel that actually joined, and she still amazes me. Anytime that we have anything going on this channel major, she finds a way to get to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lisa, for following me now. Going on 2 years, Lisa's been following me, um, showing support, and I appreciate her for that. Let's see here. Another thing I want to thank Atomic Tabasco for the $5 super chat. Always support me as well as a member and as a mod. Anthony McQuaid, thank you for being a member for 10 months, brother. I am. It's growth, guys. And I want to say also too, thank you, Anthony. Now, before I end this broadcast, I was gonna say something about my brother in another video, but I think it's the appropriate time to tell you all this. But my brother's birthday will be tomorrow, August the 18th. My brother committed. If you look into my history of my membership DMs, if you're part of my membership, I talk about my brother deleting himself at the age of 19. He got diagnosed with the same thing I got, manic depression and manic bipolar. My brother would have been alive today. My brother would have been 33 years of age. Me and him had a bond, even though I'm 7 years older than my brother. We had a bond because I always looked out for him. I've always been there for him. I've always been that go-to guy for him. And when my brother died, man, because I already lost my great grandma 2 months prior to that, I got into a dark place. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to pop pills at one point before I became the man I am today, back in 2013, because I wanted to numb the pain of losing two important people in my life. And then when my dad passed away in 2013, because my dad was my hero, I really dove into pills and alcohol. It got to a point I didn't want to be sober damn near on the weekends because I didn't want to reflect on losing three important people I love. I was also on that woke shit. I didn't want to have no accountability. I wanted to blame everyone for my problems instead of looking at my problems from an outside angle with an objective heart. But God put something in my life because at the time I was in a bad marriage. My first wife was just horrible. I would, you know what? I'm gonna rephrase that. We were horrible for each other. We were toxic. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of cheating between each other. She was very abusive and domineering. And at the time, I was a very weak man because I had let the losses of my personal life interfere with my masculinity of being a survivor. People don't know this or not, but when you allow yourself to get in a dark place, I don't care how tough you are, how mentally tough you are, how much of a masculine guy you are, all that BS. When you get in that dark place, you're going to forget all about it. Because all you know is you in this dark place and you don't know how to get out of it. And you fumbling, you just fumbling. You in agony. You doing everything to stop the agony. You doing opposite of what you ever done before. You pick up new vices. You may be the guy that was straight laced and always tell the truth and be honest with people. You become a liar. You may be the guy that was straight laced and never touched a drink in your life or drunk sparingly. You become an alcoholic, and you pick up these unnecessary vices. Well, God put a woman in my life at the time, my wife April, who really guided me through the process of working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Um, they put this woman in my life, God did, and I started to look at things different, very, very different. Um, I started to wanting to have better for myself, and I also wanted to straighten myself out. I wanted to be the best version of myself. And what I had to learn is that God has a reason for everything. And that you have to take the time out and you need to cherish every moment you can with your loved ones. I was at a point in my life before my dad and my brother and them passed away. I was about chasing a check. I had to have the flyest clothes. I had to have the highest bank account. I had to have the dopest this, that, and the third. But when you lose people, materialistic things starts to become on the wayside. You start to think about the quality of time you want to be around with people. And that what I had to really implement in my everyday life. Now, I've been clean now for yeah, about to be 8 years. About to be 9 years. I've been clean. 9 years since I touched the pill. Alcohol, the alcoholic side of me, been dead for 9 years. I drink sparingly now. You know, y'all see me drink on the streams from time to time, but it's a 1 or 2 beers, maybe 3, and I'm gone. There used to be a time I used to drink a whole 12, 24 pack of beer. I had to finish it all. Just sit there and finish it all. Then I had to learn that don't help nothing. Because when you finish all that drink and you go to sleep, you wake back up and it's still there. So I had to learn that. And I also want to put another note to these guys out here. I know a lot of people follow Jerry Lee Peterson. I used to like Jerry Lee Peterson until recently. Till I started to realize this man got a real pent up hatred for women. Don't know why, but he does. You listen to some of his teachings, it's kind of crazy. That's my personal opinion, though. Not every woman is about trying to see your downfall. In fact, there's a lot of women that just need leadership. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, Joe, what you mean leadership? They need a man that's confident enough and has that alpha male intuition to tell them, sit down, be quiet for a moment, watch what I do and observe, and we'll go from there. Because a lot of women need that. Yeah, man, Jesse Lee. Yeah, Sonya. I ain't feeling a lot of his teachers lately. This cat done lost his mind. Yeah. But you gotta look at some of that because like he's got a lot of issues with women. I ain't feeling that. So I just want to make that known. Not every woman's the devil. You know, I know a lot of these guys preach that mess, but not every woman's the devil. You just got to use your alpha male intuition to know which one's good and which one's bad. If she's about making sure you're first at all times, then you got a good one. But if you got one of those that her hand is always out, and then when it's time for you to get compensated, you got your hand out and she always got her hands clenched, that ain't it, bro. He might have, honey. Pastor Lee, listen to that man, dude. He had Geno Jennings. Shout out to Geno Jennings. I like his teachings on he's the old school preacher, Bible preacher. He doesn't matter. The only thing about it is he doesn't believe in female pastors. Oh yeah. The fake manosphere does, Sonya. The fake manos. That's why I'm been slowly implementing the real manosphere of who I know what the manosphere is supposed to be about. The red pill male movement is not like that. The red pill male man movement is supposed to make it where men educate other men the red flags of dangerous women and what type of submissive woman that you need in your life. That's what the manosphere is supposed to be about. And how to do and handle things in a male, in an alpha male way. A lot of these guys on these manospheres talk a whole bunch of BS. And you're right, CeeLo, it's not. Maybe I need to take it over. Oh yeah, Sigma males, alpha males, yeah. Now those are good. Now some of those guys are good. The other guy's good too. Mediocre. I forgot his name. It starts with M. He's a good guy too. But there's some of them that just ain't got it. You know what I mean? Like they just ain't grasped the concept of the red pill. You know, they really have not got the real red pill experience. And that's where we, as conservatives over here, us conservative men that follow me, a lot of you guys got the old school red pill experience. We've had conversations before on the matter. And a lot of these female women that follow me on this channel are also very old school submissive, and they understand the old school red pill teaching. But these new jokers don't. The men go their own way. Some of their content is just way extreme. You know, they just basically make you feel like you got to be with a man. It sound like to me. But that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, they are. They are. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for giving me this opportunity tonight. I'm chilling with y'all. I love y'all so much. Um, but yeah, CeeLo, you're right. It's becoming an echo chamber. People keep telling me I need to open up my own man and go the other way channel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I might do it one of these days. I think I got a lot of value I could give to the game. Oh yeah, it did. Hell, now femininity is getting challenged for getting challenged now by the transgender woman. Your transgender women are really putting on a show of femininity way better than these other than the women are, and that's sad. That's why I say a lot of natural women need to step their game up and embrace this femininity, because these trans women ain't playing. They trying to get the men. They trying to get all these natural men, and they going to some extremes to get them. If you look at some of these trans women's transformations, surgeries, buddy, it's getting scary, especially ATL. It's really scary over there. You don't know if you're talking to a man or woman in ATL. I mean, you think about it, who would ever tell you now they got all this technology where they can make the stuff downstairs look like the sex you want to do, and not to mention the women that want to be men can get the same stuff we got. Oh yeah, they do have a high STD rate, but look at what you got going on over there. You got all this crazy behind it. Yeah, remember ATL is also the home of the extreme strip club. So you got girls out here stripping like crazy. Yeah, it's insane, man. What they're starting to do now, there are some women that's standing up, but they trying to cancel them. But the ones that are, shout out to them. All right, guys, I could be out here all night, but I gotta go. Again, check me out on Facebook, guys. Follow me on Facebook. I got 3 pages. I forgot to tell y'all that. Joel's News and Views, Joel Davis Media Network. Follow both of the pages. There's one with the Media Network sign, and there's one with my cartoon face. Follow all 3 of those on Facebook, and share it with your family and friends that is also a part of this conservative train. So that way we can really get it popping in here. But again, thank y'all for all the donations tonight. Please like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Taking my black ass to bed.